going on? Hope everybody's enjoying their Saturday. Gonna break down this chart of what happened this week on Australian dollar, US dollar. That's the main pair I trade. If it isn't broke, don't fix it. Stick to one pair, you know. So this video is going to be for the people in the Profit Hunters group. I'm posting this in the Facebook and it's also for my YouTube channel. So I'm gonna be talking to two audiences here. Bear with me. Let's get to it. Okay, so this week on Australian dollar, US dollar, I have my weeks divided up into these purple lines right here. So this right here is this current week this current week. This what happened this following week. This what happened last week. This what happened the week before that, and so on and so forth. So as you can see, before this week, the last 2 weeks have been just sales. All right, boom, downward moves. I mean, a good amount of pips each time. Go to the high, yeah, about 100 pips each time, I'm pretty sure. All right, so with this time, as you can see, the market went up and then got into a little bit of a range here. All right, so it started going sideways, no real direction. So we know what that means. Now, Profit Hunters, you guys can look at my chart and know what's going on, and you guys also know a lot of the stuff I'm about to say. So if you're not trading and you don't understand anything I'm saying, stop this video right now, go to the link in the description, sign up with us, all right, so you can understand what's going on. If you are a trader, you're not signed up, here, learn something. And if you're a Profit Hunter, let's get to it. So this week, I got in a sale right here, what I believe is the greatest entry of all time. Greatest entry of all time, all right? So, and it was actually a sell limit. I put a sell limit right where this daily resistance was at, all right? And then as you can see right here, it hit that sell limit and then it just came down. And I did a sell prior to that right here. And I boxed this area because I started to see the turnaround. So before we get into all that, we know that overall, this Australian dollar, US dollar is a downtrending market. All right, you know it's a downtrending market, and then you got your trends in between that you also got to look at, okay? So I know that off of, I got this move right here, boom, retracement. So really right here, this high, I'm looking at this move that's coming down. So this move came down right here, right? And it also made a double top. So just confirm that movement down, made a lower low, and now it's retracing again, okay? So now, as it's retracing, it took from the beginning of towards the end of last week, and then really much of this week, it's been doing this retracement. As you can see, I got my Fibonacci on here. It's really at the 382 level, key level of fib. So knowing there's the key level of fib, and also this key level of fib pretty much lines up close to, especially if you see the peak right here, lines up close to the neckline this down of this double top. So therefore, we know you get the double top formation, breaks past the neckline, comes back to retest to hit the neckline to come down again. So I'm gonna list out the reasons why Australian dollar, US dollar is gonna fall to the ground next week. All right, and that's one of them. The retracement that's happening right now from this downward move is a 382 retracement, key level of fib, so it's a price reversal zone, and it's also happening at the same time as this this neckline on this double top. That's two things, all right? So stay with me. That's two things confirming that a downward move is about to happen. So that's two things, right? If you want to count structure as well, that can be three. To where structure, we know that but it's kind of in between. It's kind of the same shit, all right? So that's two things: the neckline retest and 382 retracement of this downward move. Get out the way. Now let's zoom in some more. All right, I'm gonna keep these two fingers up. Let's zoom in some more. Now let's dissect what happened this week. This week, as you see, the market really didn't have no direction where it was going. All right, and if you're a Profit Hunter, before I even say it, you probably already figured it out by now. Number three, what's number three going to be? So as you can see, the market, at this little uptrend. Before I get to that reason, we got this little uptrend going on, right? Our market makes a move up, retracement down. Market makes a move up, retracement down. So we know when we come to structure and break a structure, it's not, you don't always have to count the big picture stuff. It's always the small stuff as well. So in order for an uptrend to be broken, the last low has to be broken, right? So as you can see, as it made this uptrend, even though before it made this move, I took a sell right here. Well, I took a sell right here and everything like that to get this move. As it made a higher high and it came back down, it made a lower low, lower than this low. So this whole little retracement, mini uptrend is done for. It's broken structure. All right. So that's number three. So that's another reason why we know it's coming down. So after it broke the structure right here, right, it's retracing because it has to retrace off of this move. And like as you can see, that looks like about 786, 886, right? So market's coming down. All right. So that's three. Double top retest, 382 retracement, and the breaking structure on this little mini uptrend right here. All right. So number four is what you probably have been talking about this whole time. So let me mark it out. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. 4. That's another reason. You got 4 right there. So this is a head and shoulders that popped up on top of the 382 retracement. On top of this right here, the head, on top of it retesting the neckline of that double top, and the fact that it's retracing of this move. So that's 4 right there. Head and shoulders and all, and like I said, you got your break instruction and everything. Now, I'm not done. That's 4. Number 5. We got to zoom in a little bit more for that one. Number 5 reason why AU is going to drop to the floor next week. Look at all these long wicks at the top. Look at all these indecision candles. 5, buyer exhaustion. Buyer exhaustion, aka long top wicks. So as you can see, at this sell limit, which is also the exact same pip level as a daily resistance, every time the market gets up there, it runs away from it. It doesn't like that area. As you can see, boom. Made this doji, came down, didn't like it, came down, right? Came up here. You had a close above it, and then you also had the next candle directly close below it. All right, so, and then where it finished off last week, it got out there, what was that, 4 times? 1, 2, well, 3 times? Well, yeah, 4 right here. Every time it got to that level 4 times last week at this right shoulder, it just went away. It didn't like it. That's 5 things right there that's lining up for a sell. So let me ask you this, profit hunters and YouTube people. Does anything in what I showed you tell you to buy? Does anything in that situation suggest that the market will make an upward move? Don't worry, I'll wait. No, it doesn't, right? It doesn't. So therefore, there's no reason why next week on Australian dollar, US dollar, you should be buying anything. This thing is going to fall to the ground, okay? Head and shoulders, mini breaker structure, 382 retracement, retest the double top. I mean, the buyer exhaustion at the top, what else do you want? And that's all technical analysis. We didn't use any indicators. We didn't use any strategy or algorithm. All we did was use confluence. That's all we did. And we got 5 confirmations for sell, 0 for a buy. That's all you need. So that's pretty much it. I mean, next week, like I said, what's going to happen is, what I'm thinking is going to happen is as the week starts out. So, you know, since I'm in Dallas, Texas, on this side of the world, so therefore the market opens up Sunday for us at 4 o'clock, all right, Central Time. So what's going to happen is, I think it's probably going to gap up a little bit just so it can come down. And then that's when the whole run is going to start. You know, it's going to come down. And don't think, you know, of course, because private hunters know this, but if you're not a trader, it's not just going to come straight down. You know what I'm saying? What's going to happen is it's going to gap up, come down, boom, retrace, come down, boom, retrace. It's just going to be, that's how it's going to happen. All right? And, you know, I say towards the end of the week, that's the only time you'll start to see retracement. So it's probably going to go from here past the neckline. Yeah, a little bit past the neckline. And then towards the end of the week, you'll start to see retrace. So you can retest that neckline. So the week after that, if it doesn't already hit it, it's going to be about retesting that neckline and then bouncing off of that for another bear run. All right. So I'm going to keep this video. I'm going to make a part 2 for YouTube so I can show y'all what I said, you know, after it happens. And we'll go from there. All right. So peace.
Don't try to make it too hard. We're trying to make it as simple as possible.
Using confluence. So if you see a
bullish pattern instead of a bearish pattern.
They're legitimately going to give you the knowledge to make money for the rest of your life.
Ask questions not out of fear of losing money, but to master the skill.
It's a bear flag.
No.
So if you see a double top and it doesn't follow along with what it should be doing, just sit it out, because if you see one pattern, you're probably going to see another.
Textbook oversold, but that's low. So therefore, it had a lot of, I mean, come on now, that's a lot of volume going down.
Still, they all still mean the same thing. They all mean indecision in the market.
Whenever you're using fib, the real golden things are what I showed you right here and right here.